What's up, everybody? It's John from John Kill 3D Gaming here, and I must say, after spending a lot of time with For Honor in its story mode, multiplayer modes, and even offline modes where you could play against bots or your friends, despite some drawbacks that the game has, For Honor is one of the best medieval combat simulators I have ever played. And the last good one I played was Chivalry Medieval Warfare. You don't really see games of this caliber or games in this particular genre get a thorough treatment like For Honor has. Now, let me get some of the drawbacks out of the way so nobody thinks I'm hating on the game if I talk about them last. The campaign, the story mode, granted, though it's appreciated that a game like this actually had a story mode, the story mode is mediocre at best. And I think this might be similar to the Titanfall situation, where Titanfall only had a string of missions that was trying to be a narrative, but then in the sequel they made a full-fledged narrative, which was really good. So if there's ever a For Honor sequel in the future, please let them expand upon a story mode and give this world more life, because the concept of Vikings versus medieval knights versus samurai, that is a great concept and can be expanded upon in a future sequel. I mean, the world is bred for it. I mean, these three warriors have never met on the battlefield before, so to have them meet in a game that actually feels very in tune with the setting, like it feels in tune with history for a game like this, especially how the Vikings and the samurais and the knights work. It is very accurate to their fighting styles, lifestyles, and even their 3 campaigns, which is not great, but it's there. Now, the heroes for the concept for the multiplayer, there are the 3 factions, but they have 4 heroes in their particular faction. Like the knights have 4 different characters, the Vikings and the samurai. You have to test out each character to see which one fits your particular playstyle. Me personally, I like playing as the Orochi because he is fast and quick and can get the job done in counterattacks. Now, another drawback is some of your upgradable items can make your character extremely broken in combat. Especially if you can get your revenge meter up, your stamina regen quick, and enhancements to your blades. Ubisoft really needs to balance some of the armor. Right now it's not particularly broken, but it's super broken if you're going up against a master prestige player. Now, multiplayer with its three modes, this ships right out the door. The 3 modes are solid: Dominion, Deathmatch, and Duels. Very solid at best. Now, the most popular mode you will get into, which takes full advantage of For Honor's not only its combat system but thematic feel, is Dominion. Everyone knows how to play a game of Dominion. It's like Domination, except this time there's AI bots on the field fighting each other like medieval warfare, and then you can run into the players and get into engagements. Sometimes you can do a one-on-one engagement, or you'll end up in a situation where multiple people are fighting at once. It can be utter chaos. And I've looked into other reviews, not trying to like piss people off, but you know, these people are gonna get pissy anyway. The console version is faring much better than the PC port. Everybody's been reviewing the PC port, and Ubisoft games never do particularly well on PC. I've never had that many problems, maybe a couple drops in frame rate, but then it picks right back up. The game, though, the frame rates don't hinder the game that much, because once they pick right back up, you're back into the experience. You just need to give it some time to boost back up. You know, going around slicing everyone and having a brawl, going on legendary streaks and getting your ability up, because each class has different abilities, especially that you can whip them out at a moment's notice on your opponent to get the upper hand. So particularly, this game gives you that one more match mentality, especially when you play Dominion. Dominion is my personal favorite mode. I like duel mode when you want to go one-on-one with a friend, and 2v2s, and the standard deathmatch, which is 4v4 without bots. But Dominion is the more thematic mode and the mode that's highly populated, and I enjoy that mode very much so. Now, duel mode, which is the second most popular mode, is you can go against bots, other players, or your friends. Now, the game has a punishing learning curve. Okay, I'd recommend going through the campaign, and I recommend you playing duel mode to familiarize yourself with a class and a character so you can understand how the blocking system works and how the counter attacks, and especially when you engage in one-on-one fights, because one-on-one engagements are particularly it's like it amps you up because you'll be very nervous. You never know where your opponent's going to strike, even though there's only 3 directions, which I think there could have been 4 directions: bottom, top, left, and right, but you only go top, left, and right. But that's fine, you know. A game like this, it's a new IP, and I'm sure they didn't want to take a lot of risks, and I give them that. You know, duel mode is very fun, especially if you have a friend that's talking a lot of shit and you two get one-on-one with your favorite characters. You know, I've went against a couple of my friends and I've beaten them, but the AI can be punishingly difficult against you in duel mode. But that's how it would be against a player. So if you can beat the AI and practice against the AI in duel mode, you should have no problem going into a competitive match. But you still need to be on your toes, because a player can still cheeseball their way through. I've run across a couple of cheeseballers. I wish this could be the game that could break that, but every game will have cheeseballers regardless. They'll have people that just spam the same moves and fight without honor. So that's what I got to say about the duel mode. Now, it ships with multiplayer, story mode, quick match customizations. There's 3 campaigns between the Knights, the Samurai, and the Vikings, and you can get through them within roughly 6 hours. So there's also orders you can do, and a little mini mode called War Assets. It's kind of like a meta game within the game. And the one thing that I dread the most in this game is fucking microtransactions. I wish this game didn't need it, but it's Ubisoft. They have it in Rainbow Six Siege, and they have it in their fucking Division, shit like that. So other than that, I enjoy For Honor. It's a great